Welcome back to Afternoon Express here on SABC3. Today in the loft we have someone who is lucky enough to have formulated a very close relationship with Madiba. She's the person responsible for giving Tata Madiba his signature style and who later on became his personal stylist and friend. It is the creator and founder of the presidential brand Desre Buirski. Also with us is the designer of the Eclection range, Logan Rodriguez. Welcome to the loft.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies.
I am jealous. Firstly, Desre, I mean, how did you meet Utata? How did you introduce the presidential shirt to him? Do you remember the first encounter with him?
Absolutely. I remember every single encounter with him with such grand detail. You know, it was really started off as a dream, just as a wish and a prayer to meet this incredible human being, the father of our nation. That's how it started. And I chased that dream. It really wasn't about shirts at the time. I had no idea that I was going to wind up making shirts for Madiba.
So you just initially wanted to meet him?
That's all it was about. I prayed to God that I'd have an opportunity one day before he leaves this earth, or before I leave this earth, that I'd have the grand blessing to meet him.
And you gave him his first shirt, one of your shirts, 2 days before his inauguration.
That's correct. I was fortunate enough to hear that he was coming to make a speech at a synagogue in Cape Town, and that is where I presented one of his bodyguards with the very first shirt, and he wore it 2 days later at the inauguration.
How did that feel?
You know, when someone called me and said, "Have you seen the newspaper?" And I said, "I don't read the newspaper," and they said, "Go get it." And I opened up Die Burger and saw it on the third page, and I saw this incredible, beautiful photo of him in that fish shirt. I was like, that can't be real.
And that's incredible, Desre. But today, obviously, you've brought us some beautiful, a shirt that's come to be the presidential shirt. So how did you then, from that, then carry on your relationship with Utata to create this very powerful brand?
Well, in the very first year, I managed to get a collection of about 24 shirts to his PA.
Okay.
And after that, she had actually invited and set up my first meeting with Madiba, which was in May 1995. And that was the beginning of the silk shirt era.
Wow.
And since then, I've been fortunate to have made over 150 of those hand-painted shirts for him.
That is beautiful.
So this silk shirt that we're looking at over here,
yes,
it is totally hand-painted. Each one of the little dots are applied there by hand. And the fact that it's on silk just makes it flow, and it's so flamboyant.
Would you say that over the time that you got to know him, the types of shirts that you designed for him changed according to his personality?
Yes and no. There was a time when he actually requested a collection of silk black shirts. So I think it was depending on where he was going and what he was doing, because the silk black shirts had to go for the collection for when he went to go and visit the Queen of England. But the other shirts, he just loved wearing them because he said that they made him feel so free as opposed to wearing a suit. I think it just gave him the freedom to express himself, and also he said it showcased the South African unity and also
diversity.
the diversity of our cultures.
Absolutely. But, I mean, you know, fast forward to 2015, Logan, you then were, I mean, you showed this particular collection at the SA Menswear Collection. First of all, why the decision to go to Menswear Week?
Well, we haven't done any fashion show, for our private clients, for Fashion Week, ever. This is the very first time that we showcased a collection for a Fashion Week. It's our debut collection called the Eclection, and everything really that we have shown at the Fashion Week was hand-painted, it was jacquard woven, it was your digital print, and every piece of the garments that the models have worn, it's all made in South Africa.
How was it received? Beautiful.
Well, at the end of, you know, all of the rerun for the collection, when every model came out, the full looks that we had a standing ovation.
Wow.
At our debut of the Eclection for presidential shows.
I heard an interesting story that Giorgio Armani called Dada and said to him, "Why aren't you wearing any of the suits I've sent you? Why do you keep wearing those flamboyant shirts
with you?"
That was one of the special things that Tata shared with me when I was delivering a collection to him. And I just thought it was so amazing that he'd actually tell me that Giorgio Armani was actually quite upset that he was wearing our shirts and not his suits.
I love it. But is there a highlight or a moment that you will cherish forever that you shared with Utata Nelson Mandela?
There were a handful of incredible moments, but I think the one that is the deepest for me was when I was sitting on the armchair of his study chair in Mozambique in 2007, and I was alone with him at that moment. And for some reason, he decided to tell me about one of his regrets. In fact, he said to me it was his only regret. I was like dumbstruck at the time, and my ears were just open, and he said to me, the only regret I have, and he stopped. And he said, I just wished I'd never done anything wrong in my life. And at that moment,
Oh my gosh.
That is
I just think about
unbelievable.
what amazing contribution he's made to this country, and the time and the effort and the love and the time in prison, and to still think that he hasn't done enough.
Exactly.
And, you know, it was
really
those
sad.
kind of moments that have made me a better person.
True.
And have made me want to inspire other South Africans to live their dream.
Thank you so much for coming through. Amazing stuff. If you want more information about the presidential shirt, log on to our website right now. You'll find all of Desre and Logan's details, www.afternoonexpress.co.za. Our lives can get quite busy, so by the time dinner rolls around, we may lack a lot of inspiration or even just motivation when it comes to kicking for our families. Well, Claire and Bonnie recently had some fun in the kitchen making a tasty meal that will still allow you enough time to actually reconnect with the ones you love.
Boy, was it tasty.
Boy, I'm jealous. Take a look.